chances picking up a key third down.
On second down, Mahomes. And that one is intercepted. Jair Alexander picks it off. Into space. And he's going to bring this one.
What's going on, everybody? Drama 22 coming back into the video. Going to kind of change up the series here. If you guys aren't following me on Discord and whatnot, some of the guys know I'm in a new position now. I think it's be something a lot of people are excited for. I'm about to change up the content though on my channel a little bit. You can see a little bit more of a coaching perspective on things in real life, and then also in the world of just giving you guys scheme, giving you guys some old stuff that I had in my Patreon, which is no longer around anymore. So if anybody's wondering, there's no more Patreon. Everything here is going to be on YouTube if I do any videos, free for the public for you guys to have. So anyway, I wanted to do this series. I think this series would be a kind of cool one. When I'm playing in games online, in my online CFMs mostly, you know, you guys know me, that's how I rock. If there's a big play that kind of like was something that I kind of set up, I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to break it down in like 5 minutes, give you guys a little overview of how I got to it and why I'm doing it. And maybe it could be something you can use in your defense going forward. A lot of these concepts I show you are going to be something that you can probably use going forward, right? I mean, these are base football concepts, you know, nothing that is really game related to the title that we're in. So let me just pull out the pen here and just kind of go through this slowly with you guys, kind of give you an overview of how I got here and what I did. And if you guys want to replicate this would be a good thing to use versus this style of offense. Okay, so this was a game against a guy who was using a lot of spread offensive, like air raid slash run and shoot style offense, you know, 2x2 spread. And at this point in the game, it's pretty late in the game, and he's doing a good job of going no huddle. So you got to kind of, you know, pick a play quickly. Well, the one thing I wanted to do was to present him a box that is an basically outnumbered box, like basically a gapped out defense, 8-man box type of look. Even though it's against, you know, one back and spread offense, we're going to have 6 guys in the box, which would get most people in this style of offense used mostly in college to get out of the run game, right? They're not going to go with the inside zone play. So they're going to pass the ball. Well, take a look at what we have here. You're going to see that I kind of come out, and you can set this up 2 ways. The way that I did it was just called palms coverage, right? And palms coverage is a good coverage versus people that want to throw the ball to the flat routes, right? And then I came out in quarters palms or cover 4 palms, and then I got to a show 3 shell. You can see it right here, right? So show 3 shell. What this does automatically is really get guys to do what? Get out of the run game if they're going to read the box. They're going to have to pass. However, we're still doing what? We're still playing a 2-high shell. So this is something that, you know, is it the most realistic defense? Maybe not. But at the same time, you know, I think it's something that you need to have to compete at a high level. Now, the thing that I did here that was probably extra, and I did this later on in the game, was have the corners in press so that he couldn't really see what was going on to start. So these corners are in press coverage. Now, just know if you're in quarters coverage, cover 4 quarters, right? So let me just write that on the screen right here. If you're in quarters coverage and you press your corners versus a 2x2 spread, these guys are going to play Meg on the outside. They're going to lock up on number 1, right? So that's what's going to happen. That's not a bad thing if you got good corners out there, all right? So that's something just to remember. And I kind of wanted to do that as well. But what I ended up doing was using palms. And what this does is this guy's still going to read number 2, the corner, okay? And if number 2 runs the classic whip route, which is what we get here, anything to the flat, he will sink back, look like he's playing man coverage. It's just kind of a nice way to disguise what's going on, because if this guy's going vertical, this corner is going to stay with him. And whoever's the user is not going to notice that. He's going to think it's man-to-man, basically. So, and then you're going to see here, our corner comes off and picks off the whip route, which is a good call by him versus what he probably considers to be cover 1. So That's something you got to think about too. In your defensive plan, call some cover one press, right? Call some man coverage here and there just to make somebody kind of believe it. And I kind of set them up throughout the game to get to this point. So you can see here what's going to happen is we have our quarters palms coverage on the left side. Watch how number 2 is going to run this whip route or this, I'm sorry. What do we call this thing? Why am I drawing a blank right now? He's going to work in, work back out, right? And that's it. So that's just, I mean, that right there was the backbreaker for the game. Zig route. That's the word I'm looking for, right? Zig route. So whip route usually comes back in, but that's just a nice little setup. And you can see here, our coverage is really good overall, right? It's not like we're lacking in coverage. So I guess overall, if you do want to mix in versus a team that wants to go 2x2 spread, right? You can play quarters, you can play palms, and you can show cover 3. You can do this right. This is the second way of doing it. You could just come out in this and show 3 right from the start. I would user this player right here and go play this flat route because that's your quarter flat responsibility. In that situation, you got 3 to the flat. But I just want to let you guys know, I mean, this is a nice little change up. I've actually been using this strategy versus teams that go spread, like empty, not empty, I'm sorry, 2x2 spread for about maybe 6 years or so. Guys that use the air raid offense, I've used it basically as my base defense. If I need to stop somebody who's in air raid, I would come out and show 3 and play a combination of cover 3, cover 1, and some sort of quarters or palms, and just mix those 3 in there, and that's going to make somebody's life, and 3 match. That's going to make somebody's life pretty hard. All right, so we'll let you go, and also cover 0. You can bring cover 0 from that cover 3 look as well, so you can just send both linebackers up the middle, right? So just want to give you guys a little bit of how I think about stuff and a little diagram of a play. If you guys like this series, I'll continue to do it. As long as there's plays that are worth talking about, right? And usually there's about 1 or 2 plays every game I play that's worth talking about, all right? All right, man. I'll let you guys go. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Peace.